Today we're with Jeff Bach, been a friend of mine for years now. Plays in many acts around town, but today we're interviewing about his act, The Silver Rabbit. Tell us about The Silver Rabbit. How long have you been releasing music as The Silver Rabbit, Jeff?
I started in 2010. I started playing improv shows at the Cultiva.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he did shows there.
Yeah, there were shows there for a long time. I was like one of the main people who played shows there. Not very often, but
Should start doing that again.
yeah, they should. Well, it was in the spot where like the
roastery is?
no, there's like in the back corner. There's tables set up so people can put things.
Oh, yeah.
Sit there. So people sit in the spot where people used to play. But so I started doing that and recording albums just with like a cassette player or a little recorder like this guy here. And
How did you release them? Did you like print out stuff? Or
mostly digitally. I did make some CDs and cassettes. Still have quite a bit of cassettes. I don't have any CDs. I give most of my music away for free. It's not really about making money, I guess. It's more of a bedroom pop sort of thing.
Is that what genre you would call it?
No. It's probably more like in the vein of no wave, but more anti-folk, sort of neo-folk. I don't know how to explain what I'm doing exactly. It's
Well, that's a good thing, I guess.
feeding off of my own energy, my own like way of playing. Trying to stray away from music theory as much as possible.
Told a magician never repeats a trick, so I'm not in this game to reproduce this.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not playing with music theory. I'm not like just trying to do my own thing. It's like poetry, and I'm just creating tones with the musical instruments. It's the tone for poetry that I sort of recite on top or spout what's in my head.
And a lot of it's improvisational.
A lot of it's improvisational. Like I said, it's a lot about tone, not so much about the notes I'm hitting or like what instruments are being used.
And like we can use that as a segue into like what kind of instruments you use when you play and record. Because I mean, I know like you use like a blend of like, I know I've seen you use a loop machine before.
Yeah, I use the loop pedal quite frequently, which is kind of awkward because then I'm just on stage hitting a loop pedal, and sometimes in my sets I don't ever even like play an instrument. Like the show that's coming up, playing with Jacoby, and like he just has his beats played out underneath while he sings, so I feel less uncomfortable about doing it with like acts like that. Gives me a little bit more confidence. So, I don't know. It's hard.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, people don't take it seriously all the time, and that doesn't really matter to me, I guess, because I'm not taking it seriously. But
Well,
they
you
seem
are
to
an
think
artist.
that I need to be taking it seriously, I guess.
What other kind of, like I see these are some of the more simple instruments. Like what is that?
It's a melodica, kind of, that I picked up. What's it called? It's a Cracker Barrel. Picked it up at Cracker Barrel.
Really?
But kind of sounds like a chord organ or a melodica. It's like that sort of sound.
And this.
And this is my ukulele,
Oh yes.
which I have been starting to write some songs on that I might be. I've been playing as a Silver Rabbit with these songs, but I might start forming a band, which I won't probably be playing live for quite a while because I want to get the full band to do everything. I want to record everything and then print some lathe cut records. Just do a limited run of lathe cut records. Just at my first show, sort of thing. I don't know. I like to do different things than other artists do because, like I said, it's not necessarily about the same sort of idea or principle that most musicians are playing with.
Well,
it's nice to see people like enjoy your music or enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I feel like it doesn't matter all that much. It's gonna be, maybe I'm just playing terribly. Maybe I haven't given a shit enough to make it appealing to the audience that I'm playing for. You know, I don't know. It depends on the night, who's there.
I don't know. You've been doing this for like 5 years at least. I mean, I'd say you care.
I care. I care. I mean, it's just something that I do, though. It's just become something that I do. It's not like...
It's not a job.
Yeah, it's not a job. It's not... Like... Well, I have Fantastic Cassettes, which is a record label that I run with Colby Woodson. And, like, that's more of a business. That's more of... I mean, it's a community-oriented sort of thing, but it's also a business. That's more of, like, if I'm caring about selling something or... caring about reaching out to people, I would rather push other people's music out there that I think deserve that respect, I guess. But for me personally, with my music, I don't really ever expect it to go anywhere, I guess. It's just something that's going to be happening while I'm there in the area. If it did, that would be cool. I'd be into that, I guess. But I'm not prepared for that at the moment, this moment in my life.
Yeah, what about now? You said you use one of these recording devices, but do you have any other recording processes?
Yeah, I use Pro Tools 7 because it's something I got in like 2011 or 2010, and that's what I still have.
Yeah, it works.
You know, yeah, it works. I'll use like a blend of using like cassettes or those to take back and forth and blend it. I have like probably like 7 records that I haven't released, still just like in my database.
Oh yeah, so do we.
So
You know how that goes. Tell us about your recent collaboration with La Musica Confusa. Is that how I say that?
La Musica Confusa.
La Musica Confusa.
That album was a bunch of songs that I had intended to put on my first release, which was called A Saga of Hilarious Discontentment. And so I just picked some songs, some poetry, some words, and sort of like gave them a new feel with what I was doing with my loop pedal a lot. That's mostly like banjos, ukulele, mandolin, beatboxing, just like random things that are cheap and easy to, I mean, I guess if you're willing to pay the money for them. So that album is a lot of older material, so I don't resonate with it as much, I guess. But I really like the songs, and it's probably one of my better albums. She came in after I had already figured out what I was going to do with all the songs, and added things on top of it. So it's mostly vocals from her. All the music and words are from me, but she did a really good job and just did it really quickly, picked up. I feel like she is also a similar artist in the way that she's doing things and learning things. She has her own way of playing, and we play a lot together.
Every night just before the moon comes up, I hear her sobbing at a dresser.
What's one thing the Lincoln music scene is doing right, you think? Off the top of your head.
Oh, that's
A positive thing. What's a positive thing about the way things are going for the Lincoln music scene right now?
there's a lot of I feel like the scene has sort of changed a little bit over like the past 5 years that I've been more involved with it, like watching what's happening. I think a lot of younger people are starting to come out, and they're writing awesome music. A lot of it's singer-songwriter sort of oriented at the moment. Just new genres. It's really interesting.
What kind of genres?
I don't know the names of them, but
Like, can you think of a group that comes to mind?
I don't know. Like Masonjics, like what Jacoby's doing a lot.
You said that was beatboxing?
No, that's I don't know, sort of like R&B, sort of jazz. Influenced. I don't know what to
I
call it.
suppose like we should just go to the show and see.
Yeah.
That's what everyone should do. Go to shows. We wouldn't have to ask these questions.
There's a lot of artists I could name. I don't know. I Forgot to Love My Father I really like. I like Izzy Dominguez a lot, and I started playing with him to help release his cassette, so he could have a full band.
You play bass with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's lots of bands I could name.
Same thing.
And one last question, which is, since you've persevered creatively in Lincoln for like 5 years, which I'd say is persevering without, giving up, like what advice would you give to these new people that are just coming onto the scene and just starting to write their own music?
Don't change your band name over and over and over again. That doesn't help anything.
That's good advice.
You can change your sound every album. You don't need to do the same thing. Adding new band members doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be a new band. I don't know. Practice a lot. If you practice with people that you get along with, have fun. Don't take everything super seriously.
Good things.
Record a lot. Listen to your own music a lot.
That's an interesting one.
Play with other people. Play with other bands. You don't need to be in one band. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, how many people are you playing with right now?
Right now, I'm just playing with 3, but
Just 3.
but usually it's a lot of bands. Well, 4, I guess, right now. But that sort of gives you a feeling that you can see where other people are coming from, and I don't know. It's a nice thing to help other people.
You get inspired by people.
Yeah, you get inspired by people, and you learn things from people that you didn't think that you would ever learn or that you needed to learn.
So have an open mind. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And don't hate on it.
Yeah, everyone's gonna do their thing, and like, it doesn't matter what other people think about it. And like, I don't know. Just do what you're doing. If it makes you feel good, then do it. In this situation, not in all situations in life.
We're not gonna delve into that musically. Sound advice from a veteran of the Lincoln music scene, Jeff Bakavan of the Silver Rabbit, who's playing a show this Saturday at the Zoo Bar starting at 9 o'clock. Come check it out. Jeff, thank you for talking to us today by these safes, which I don't know what they're here for anymore, but they served a purpose today.
Thanks, guys.